Here on the east coast of Sardinia, people live longer than anywhere else. How do they do it?
If I stop, I die. Work is my life, my passion.
What's their secret? Keeping active or food?
You try it, come on. You too. If you don't, there'll be trouble.
Ready.
Giuseppino is 100 years old and still lives alone. His family looks out for him.
I've got loads of grandchildren who stop by every day. It's marked on here whose turn it is.
Are family, friends, and celebrations the key to a long life? "6 a.m. Time for Antonangelo to start work, just like every day.
I'm going to our barn. The sheep need milking.
Antonangelo's still driving a car at the age of 91, without glasses.
I can still see very well for my age. I have to renew my driving permit every 2 years.
His 150 sheep are his life. Antonangelo's been working in agriculture since childhood.
I love this work. It keeps me fit, and the fresh air here in the countryside is wonderful. Okay, let's go. You should always keep active, so that you don't get sick. After all, if you're sick, you can't be active. That's the secret. Keep moving. Eat healthily and don't overdo it. And don't sin. Those who sin get sick.
His son Giuseppe helps out. He's 57 years old and one of 7 children. Antonangelo and Giuseppe will collect 60 liters of milk today. Later, at home with his wife, Antonangelo will turn it into 6 kilos of sheep's cheese and pecorino.
He's still in good shape. Not quite as good as before, but he can work. We used to do the milking ourselves.
Yes, by hand.
That was much more difficult. We had forearms like this.
Look at my arms now. We've been working together for almost 60 years.
I'm 57 years old. Since I was small, only with him.
It's not easy to get along with each other, but somehow we managed it. If I stop, I die. This is my passion. It keeps me alive. Should I sit in a chair at home and get old? I'm still strong enough to easily lift a 50-kilo sack off the floor and onto my shoulders.
At 91, Antonangelo is still going strong. And he loves to pit that strength against younger folks.
I'll stay active for as long as I can. Another 2 or 10 years, who knows? Only the Lord above knows.
Carolina's also 91 years old, and she's in the kitchen every day. Today with the help of her sister-in-law, Carla.
That's good, perfect. Now we can cut them out.
The 2 women are making culurgiones, filled dumplings, a specialty from the Ogliastra region.
Questa è patate.
That's potatoes mixed with 5 local herbs
Cinque di quelli di
and
Campania.
3 different types of cheese. Here, try it. Come on, you too. If you don't, there'll be trouble.
Anche lei, se no glielo tiro.
You too.
A lei.
There's nothing better. It's good, right? I feel young, but I'm not.
Buono. Mi sento giovane, ma non sono.
I need to sit down, but I don't mind if you stand.
Ma io mi siedo.
Carolina lost her husband 8 years ago. Her 3 children live close by and keep an eye on her. In the past, she helped put food on the family table.
Eravamo poveri. Ma io ne ho fatto.
We were poor.
Ho fatto. Perché non c'era.
And when there were no jobs, I said to my husband, I'll create one.
Il lavoro. Perché
After all,
se voglio mangiare,
if we want to
devo
eat,
fare
I
un
have to
lavoro.
work.
Devo fare un lavoro. Mi ho preso una scala.
So I bought a ladder,
Ho cominciato a.
and for 8 years I worked as a painter.
L'ho fatto per 8 anni. Ho lasciato l'imbianchina.
Then I was a cleaner,
Le pulizie.
but I had a
Però
good
per me
life,
era
even if it was a
una
simple one.
vita così facile.
She's only been to the hospital once, at the age of 22.
Stavo cercando.
I was looking for a beehive, and I was attacked by a swarm of bees. As I ran away, I fell and broke my leg. I was on crutches for 4 months.
Non potevo camminare.
At 91, Carolina is still in good health, aside from a few aches and pains.
Of course, she does sometimes get the odd twinge, but she tells herself, the pain won't win, I will.
The pain can't win. Some 50-year-olds already feel ancient.
They're proud of their centenarians here, just as they are in the other mountain villages on the east coast of Sardinia. They're among the world's blue zones, regions with above average life expectancy.
Should I cut these 2 branches?
The upper ones.
At 84, Vincenzo is still one of the younger, older people in the Ogliastra region. He and his son Ivan share an olive grove with 50 trees.
As long as I can be active, I feel useful and young. No one knows what tomorrow will bring. You could die, but as we all know, hope dies last.
Hey, Dad, should I cut it this height? Look, shall I cut this off?
Cut it off from below.
All of it.
Yes.
I think it's important for him to be outside in the fresh air and to keep busy. There's plenty of work for him here in the olive grove. Every day when he wakes up, he knows what he has to do.
Taking sufficient breaks, and of course, not alone.
Here in Ogliastra, actually I'd say across the whole of Sardinia, families play an important role. I think it's a real reason why people live longer.
Life's not all about work, otherwise you die exhausted. No one in the world has ever died from rest.
Stress is poison for the body, say the people here. They live according to their own rhythm, enjoying the peace and quiet and being together. That's another of the recipes for longevity. Here, anyone who's under 90 counts as young. And at 100, Giuseppino is still a bundle of energy, too. Every day, he dresses smartly for the day ahead. Today, his granddaughter Giuliana has booked him an appointment at the hairdresser's.
Ready?
Look, your pant cuffs don't meet your shoes right. The other side, too.
Okay, I'm ready.
Do you feel like a walk?
Where are we going?
To the square. Should we go by foot? Or should we take the car?
How far is it again?
Around the corner.
Very close.
Okay, let's walk. I've got loads of grandchildren. They take turns to visit me. It's marked on here whose turn it is. I live on my own. They make me something to eat. We have a chat. And around 11 p.m. or midnight, I go to bed. Alone.
His wife died a while ago. Giuseppino uses a stick more out of habit than necessity. The 100-year-old doesn't need any help walking. He's been active throughout his life. For 30 years, he ran a sheep farm in Umbria with 600 animals.
Il polmone si vede a posto questo. Ha fumato poco. Sempre il vino però.
My lungs are absolutely fine.
Un bicchiere
I
di
never
vino,
smoked.
non più,
I did drink wine, of course,
piccolo,
a glass every day with my meal.
tanti anni fa.
When I was still very young, I once had malaria.
Tempo di guerra.
I was very
L'ho vista
sick, but I
così.
survived. After that,
Però mi sono
I was
fatto
never sick
da allora
again.
in poi niente più. E niente più medicina.
His walks on the steep streets of Villa Grande are the perfect daily exercise for Giuseppino, and a good opportunity to catch up with people.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well, thanks.
We were neighbors when he used to live here, when he was still young. Now he's old.
Hey,
Of course you're old.
are you crazy?
Really old, in fact. How old are you?
Eh, no.
96?
52.
Yeah.
Giuseppino takes great care of his appearance. Every 2 weeks, he goes to the village salon for a trim.
Do you have a girlfriend? Boy, do you have a girlfriend? With that haircut, you need to get yourself one. Or would you rather wait until you're old?
Aspetta, invecchiare.
Giuseppino's always up for a laugh and a joke, even at his advanced age. Back from milking, Antonangelo is processing the now curdled sheep's milk from the previous day into cheese. His 86-year-old wife helps out.
The curdled milk has settled. Now I have to stir it until it reaches 42 degrees. But I don't use a thermometer. I use my hands, just like before.
They also trust their instincts when it comes to food, their recipe for a long life.
The secret is bread and cheese, potatoes and beans, and minestrone. The cheese is now settled at the bottom. My husband presses the mixture together before cutting it.
Lo raccoglie e poi lo taglia.
It's a bit like catching a fish, a trout.
Sheep's cheese in its purest form, without preservatives. Antonangelo will end up with 6 kilos for sharing among family and friends, in exchange for other fresh produce. After making the cheese, it's time to skim off the ricotta. For that, the remaining sheep's milk has to be heated to more than 70 degrees. But the hot steam over the pan makes 91-year-old Antonangelo feel suddenly dizzy.
I need to sit down.
What's wrong?
I need to sit down. I had to sit down, otherwise
Of course he's tired, given his age. He always wants to keep on going.
Okay. Back to it.
At a local research center, Vincenzo and his son Ivan are taking part in a scientific study. They want to help researchers discover the secrets to a long life. That's why they come here for a checkup every 5 years.
Vincenzo, nothing to worry about. I'm going to lower the bed a little. First, we'll check your carotid artery. The fact you've never smoked is very positive. Although you're 84 years old, your artery is in very good condition. Then we'll look at your liver and kidneys. Wonderful. Take another deep breath in and out.
So nothing bad.
No, everything is fine. You could just as well be a young lad.
Eduardo Fiorillo and his team of researchers have already been able to gather biological and genetic data from more than 13,000 volunteers aged between 18 and 110 years. Both factors influence our aging process. But in what proportions?
The genetic factor is important because it enables us to identify the main causes of diseases, the predisposition. In the first half of our lives, let's say until the age of 50, genetics show us who we are and how we fight a cancerous tumor, for example. In the second half of life, genetics becomes a bit less important and environmental aspects assume the upper hand. Paradoxically, this is the message. The older we get, the more we have to pay attention to how we behave and what we do. As you see, lifestyle habits play a key role, and what we eat and breathe is very important.
The data you're collecting, will you share it on a national level?
Our research findings are valid globally. For example, the discoveries made here concerning diabetes are due to genetic peculiarities in the Sardinian population. All of our findings are relevant to diseases all over the world, to all nations.
You know, there's a Sardinian proverb that says, an old man dies either from a heart attack or a fall.
When I look at you, Vincenzo, I'd say you've every chance of living for as long as possible. You have a very alert mind. Your cognitive abilities still appear to be very good. And I know you still work in the olive grove.
Thank you very much for the work you're doing here, which shows us who we are and what makes the people here so special.
I think we don't know how many years we're going to live. But we know that so much depends on our lifestyle. And if my father keeps himself physically fit and mentally active, if he carries on reading plenty of books, surrounding himself with people, going out, then his life expectancy will be good. I hope I can follow in his footsteps.
Ciao, ciao.
Carolina still has plenty of her dumplings left over. Today, she takes a basketful to the local retirement home, accompanied by a neighbor from the village.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Vittorio. Good morning. Shall we go olive picking? Do you still recognize me?
At 102, Vittorio is the oldest resident. He needs round-the-clock care.
Take care, bye-bye. Look, I brought you a few colagiornis. See? I made them this morning. Did you understand?
Ciao, ciao.
Not all the elderly from the villages of Ogliastra are looked after by their families. Most in this care home are over 90, like Carolina, but not nearly as fit.
You're here too, Maria. If I'd known, I would have brought you some as well.
This is another of the region's realities, and why Carolina is pleased if her visits can serve as a bit of a diversion.
My gracious Chalice, I have an aching heart. I have an aching soul. My heart isn't remembered, neither by priest nor pastor. I receive communion. That's how it goes. Wonderful. Look, I'm still young at heart.
Bene. Vedi che anche se sono piccolina, perché io sono piccolina adesso.
Goodbye, and I hope everyone has a nice lunch.
Carolina also hopes her homemade dumplings will give residents a bit of a treat.
I'm rather old too, but I like doing things for others.
Piace fare qualcosa di buono. Così? Dai. Dai.
Well, bye-bye. And I hope you like them. There's only a few.
We'll make these tonight.
Carolina has been a devout Catholic since childhood. Whenever she has the time, she attends the small village church. Today, she lights a candle for the residents of the care home. The visit has taken its toll.
I feel such sadness and pain. I'll never go back there. To leave a mother there instead of taking care of her at home. I want to die in nature, alone. Not there. I won't go there. As long as I'm of sound mind, I won't go there. None of us know when it's over. Maybe you still have time, maybe not. No one can say, except God. He knows when we're going. We don't. Life can be long, but it can also be over quickly.
Sarà lunga, però si accorge presto. Presto si accorge.
The people here in the province of Ogliastra think it's important to learn from their centenarians.
Today we're celebrating a typical Sardinian festival, one we often put on at sheep shearing time. A sheep is slaughtered, the cord from the gut is tied, and we eat together. We're all either friends or relatives. The festival gives us the opportunity to come together, eat a good meal, and of course, spend a wonderful day with family and friends.
These are all my products.
He made everything.
I make everything here on this table. This. We try to eat only what we make ourselves.
To live a long life, you should eat good, healthy things, and avoid industrial products. As Luigi already said, we try to eat homemade things as much as possible. These products are obviously healthier than others.
Look, this is a tomato sauce from the supermarket. And I made this one myself. I keep it in the freezer in this plastic bag without preservatives. And which is better? Huh?
The fresh mutton is barbecued raw with no seasonings or sauces. 4 generations are seated at the table today.
So enjoy.
The secrets of aging are manifold. In the Ogliastra region of Sardinia, people seem to have found a recipe for longevity.
I always feel like I've been reborn. Here I'm part of society and feel safe, not isolated or alone.
non sei isolato dalla società.
Come on. Faster. And at 91.
You'll get to 100.
To watch, and Sardinia also is it's a wonderful, beautiful place, and it shows as people live close to nature and eat natural food, not processed food. There are several reasons that they gave for longevity. You know, having less stress and close to nature, eating natural foods, and resting more. You know, when you there are a lot of things all put together, the environment as well. So in the cities and with the way things are moving, one definitely need to slow down before we are slowed down. So it's always good to take the initiative and stop yourself before you're stopped. Uh, you work all your life or you just struggle at the end of the day. If anything happens, you fall down, life goes on. So that's one of the major reasons why we need to put ourselves in a position where we don't need to continually stress over things, and at the end, you suffer and struggle, and with all the underlying health issues that may follow, it can be difficult. Thanks once again for watching that video with me. It's been a wonderful time. Grazie mille per la compagnia. Ci vediamo più avanti. See you in my next video. Thank you.